Good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show at Tobago Updates Television. I am Adanna Combie, and thank you for staying with us. This morning we begin conversations with our guest. We're speaking with Xion Craig, and yes, she is the top S.E.A achiever for Tobago 2024 from the Patient Hill Government Primary School. Today with her is Daddy Jonathan Craig and Mommy Britney Gaye Leiba McFarlane. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And let me start off by saying congratulations to you, Xion. Congratulations, Mommy. Congratulations, Daddy. We're talking about being the top achiever for Tobago for S.E.A 2024 here on the island of Tobago. Of course, it must be an overwhelming and exciting and a joyous feeling. So we want to talk about the emotional aspect first as you got the results. How do you feel, Xion, being after competing with so many other children on the island, gaining the top position of your examination?
I felt very accomplished, and I was surprised, but at the same time, I knew that I could do it.
Wow. What made you feel so confident to know that you could do it?
Because I was always doing well in my classes, and when I did the exam, it wasn't that hard. I finished in the mathematics in about 35 minutes.
Wow. And how much time was allotted for mathematics?
75 minutes.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I like the confidence and the way you're just calm and collective here, just having this conversation casually. Daddy, how do you feel in terms of her confidence? She speaks so confidently, saying that she knew she could do it. Did you have that measure of confidence as well?
Well, of course, of course. Zan has always been like that. She is always focused, always driven. So once she set her sights on a target, we knew she was going to accomplish it.
Right. And Mommy, she spoke about doing well in classes. Did she attend extra classes? And how was she able to manage, her schoolwork, extra classes, and probably social activities if she was engaged in any kind of community activities or groups? How did you see her being able to manage all of those responsibilities?
She did extremely well because she went to classes about 3 times per week, and then closer to the exam, it was about 4 times per week. That's Sir Beckles' class in Bonaccord, and she was involved in other PAN and other activities in school as well. She did really well, but at the end she was getting a little overwhelmed because she was just ready to get it over and done with, but she really balanced it. She did better than I could ever even imagine, so we're very proud of her.
Okay, I'm sure you'd be proud as well. And Zion, I want to pick up on what Mommy just said, that coming down to the end, you kind of was just ready to get it over and done with because you felt in yourself that you were ready.
Yes.
And so how were those last days or maybe the last weeks leading up to the S.E.A exam itself, knowing that you were in a place where you are ready, you're prepared, you know you can ace this, and you're just counting down the days? What was it like for you internally?
Well, waiting for the exam to come, it was like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was very, like,
It probably made you feel a little bit anxious, like butterflies, like, come on, let's get this over and done with. If I could make a reference to Mommy, when you're waiting to deliver that baby, you're like, oh gosh,
the final always
right,
coming.
that's right, and you just want it to happen, so I could understand. And for you, in terms of balancing all your responsibilities, in terms of your schoolwork, because you have to do your work during the school hours, and afternoon classes, your homework assignments, your projects, that's right, your chores at home, and other engagement, because Mommy said you were part of a PAN side. How did you balance all of that confidently? How were you able to say, you know what, my schoolwork comes first, but I can still enjoy these other things. I could still do, participate in things and also uphold my responsibilities at home?
well, for the homework given over the weekends, I give myself Saturday to do the homework. And for my classes, didn't really give any homework. It was just the booklet to do inside classes. And for PAN, we just did PAN practice inside school, so I didn't have to worry about that after school.
Wow, and you were able to do all your chores at home, help Mommy clean up the dishes and do what was necessary. As somebody in your age, these are the things that are expected. And you know what, this is teaching you how to balance. Yes. Because when you get into secondary school, you'd realize that the way they teach is different to how they teach in primary school. The demands are greater. And so that's why you have to do chores and you have to participate in other activities. And one thing I want to say to parents is when your child is doing S.E.A, try not to make the mistake of taking them out of of all the activities and only focusing on school. Because to me, I feel as if, you know, it is doing more, that's right.
Yes,
and it's doing more harm to them than you know, than you think is good, because focusing on school alone can be overwhelming. It can be frustrating, and sometimes they just need a 5 minutes to take a break, you know, let me go and kick some ball along the road or play pan or something like that. So I know that you are the top SEA student on the island of Tobago, and how is your feelings and preparations in terms of heading into secondary school and being able to take on a new measure of work? How is your preparation mode? What do you feel like in your mind, in your heart, in your body? How do you feel to approach your secondary school?
Well, I know it's going to be much harder than primary school, and that I'm going to have to study a lot more than I did inside primary school. And I have to take it more seriously, because the work will be more hard, and it'll have more teachers, more subjects. Everything will be more harder.
And what is one of your favorite subjects, or what are the subjects that you are better at than others?
Mathematics.
You know, I was thinking you were going to say grammar, because before we came on set, ladies and gentlemen, we were having a discussion, and Daddy was saying you were correcting his grammar and his punctuation. You know, so I know you're good there as well. You know, so I really want to wish you the best as you prepare to head on to secondary school. As you said, you're going to see more people there, you're going to make more friends, and the competition going to get more. It's going to be stronger, bigger, you know, bigger fish to fry there. So, you know, I really want to encourage you to stay as focused as you are, Mommy and Daddy, to help her, you know, to keep focused, to create some type of schedule that she can stick to, that can help her to balance the schoolwork, the social engagements, the chores at home, because you have to maintain that as well, you know, and to have some measure of accountability, but also for her not to feel too stressed, you know, as she goes into secondary school. What are you looking forward to the most going to secondary school?
I'm looking forward to the wider variety of clubs to join. And I would like to try something new, like hockey or 4-H.
Wow, absolutely amazing. And you see, this is what we're talking about, the balance, a well-rounded student, and making her ready and prepared for what life will offer her, you know, what life has to dish out, because as you grow, life is going to make so many demands on you. So I like the fact that you're willing to be a part of so many other things as you grow. So, you know, from all of us here at Tobago Updates Television and the wider Tobago audience, we want to wish you the very best as you enter into your secondary school life. And of course, Mommy and Daddy, this also means that I have to wish you guys the best, because now, as we mentioned earlier in the conversation, we have to set up a more, well, I shouldn't say strict, but we have to set up a more structured schedule for her, which means that you now have to lend more support. It might mean more classes in the afternoon. Home girl want to join some clubs, so you know, it's more management in terms of you know, how we're going to get her through the 5 years or the 7 years of secondary school as she goes through. So, you know, of course, I want to encourage you to stay focused as well, because the demand's going to be plenty, having to do everything at home and getting her to clubs and school and the project. And let me tell you about secondary school projects, the SBAs and all the projects and all the demands that will come from that as well. So how do you see yourselves now managing a secondary school students?
Wow, this is our first time here, so we're going to learn as we go along. And we have 3 other children, so we have our hands full. But I know that we're a team and we always work together, and God is always first, so we know we'll get it done. That's
right. And you know, I want to share a little secret with our viewing audience this morning. And as you said, we're a team. While we were chit-chatting on set before we started this interview, we were having a little conversation, and I saw them, you know, they fist bump and they say, we're partners, you know. And so I know that you have this covered. I like the fact that you are in sync with each other, and that you are able to get the projects done. You know, you are able to balance how you're going to manage taking not just her, but as you mentioned, the 3 other children through their demands as well, because they too have demands at school and wherever else. So, you know, I really want to wish you guys the best. In closing, though, I want you to talk to our audience because I know you mentioned you felt excited, overwhelmed. You felt, how would you like to encourage other students? Because I mean, everybody couldn't be the top students, and we know that the students did their very best at the S.E.A. How are you going to encourage before you parents, Xion, your classmates, your schoolmates, your other friends who did S.E.A. How are you going to encourage them as you all prepare to go into secondary school together?
Well, I know they probably already know this, but don't follow friends, don't give in to peer pressure. You know what is right, follow the rules in your school. You don't want to go to Hope Farm, so behave yourself. I know that might be difficult for them, but behave yourself and do what is right.
All right, absolutely awesome words of wisdom there coming from Xion this morning. And parents, how would you like to encourage, the other students in school as well, even the in the communities and even other parents, because now you're going to be forming a new network of parents as you head into secondary school. How do you want to, because sometimes the pressure might be on you. They'll be looking at you, okay, these are the parents of the top S.E.A. So, how do you want to encourage them to be like, listen, we're all in this together as a community, the Tobago community, and we want to get all of our children at the top, to be the best that they can possibly be where they are?
I would like to say, always remember that even though these exams are important, a grade does not define you. You, within yourself, you know your ability, you know what you want, you know what your drive is, what your focus is. Remain focused. Parents, your children, whether they're in preschool, primary school, high school, university, you are always their full source of support. It is your responsibility as a parent to always be there. No matter what you run here, and let us run here. This one here, tell me over and over. But mommy, miss say this. Daddy, miss say that. At the end of the day, your support is always important. You give them that confidence to do their best. Once you believe in them, they are going to believe in themselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. Words of wisdom there coming from Daddy Jonathan Craig this morning. As you know, he speaks to parents of children getting ready for secondary school and to children as well, to remember that you are important and that your grades do not define you. There's so much more to life. Yes, put your best foot forward, but there's so much more to life, and remember that you are important, you are loved, and you have some measure of value wherever you are. Ladies and gentlemen, we're speaking with Xion Craig, the top S.E.A. student for Tobago 2024, and her parents, Jonathan Craig and Britney Gaye Leiba McFarlane this morning. Many, many congratulations again to this family, and we look forward to a bright future, not just for her, but for all of our children who are entering secondary school come September 2024. All the best to all of you. Thank you so much for staying with us, viewers. We have to go for a short break, but of course, before we go for a break, we ask you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.